Life for the top 1% of the men is easier than it has ever been. And life for the rest 99% of the men is depressing than it has ever been. So recently I was reading this book, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. And he explained this concept of dominance hierarchy with the help of lobsters. He explained that lobsters which are powerful and dominant, those lobsters fight with the other lobsters and they acquire the best place in the region. The place which has all the resources and food easily available around it. And once that dominance hierarchy is set, the female lobsters come in and they look for the most dominating, the most powerful lobsters because they know that that lobster can protect them and provide good food and he already has a good place. So they try everything in their power to seduce that lobster. So you see in the lobster world, being dominant, being at that top 1% is extremely beneficial. You get the best place, the best food, all the females that are trying to mate with you, the best female partner, and all the other lobsters are dying and fighting for the basic partner and basic food. Now Jordan says the same things happen with humans. The top 1% men, the men who are successful and powerful, the men who are top in the dominance hierarchy, those are the men who have everything in abundance. They get easy attraction from the opposite gender, they have access to all the resources, they have time and money freedom, and they can do whatever they want to. Being in that top 1%, being successful is highly beneficial because the benefits are infinite. And if you are in the 99% of the crowd, you will struggle. You will struggle on daily basis to get the basic thing. The average man can't get women to talk to him. There was this survey done on dating sites and they found out that 78% of the women find only top 20% of the men attractive. So you see, only those top 20% of the men are getting 80% of the women. And the rest 80% of the men are fighting for those 20% of women. When we think about top men, masculinity, successful men, we have these characters and figures we admire. Characters like Bruce Wayne, Thomas Shelby, people like Marcus Aurelius, Bruce Lee, Tom Cruise. These are the people that inspire us. But what is in these men that inspire us? And the better question is, how can we become like them? How can we become the part of that 1% community? Now I'm not saying that I'm part of that 1% community, I'm not even near. But I'm trying daily and I want to share a few principles that are helping me and that can help you separate yourself from that 99% of the crowd and be part of that 1% community. The first principle I want to talk about is be decisive, irrespective of the situation. These are the words of Marcus Aurelius. At dawn when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of? If I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do, or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blanket and stay warm. The ability to get things done, the ability to do things that are important irrespective of how you feel is a skill that every man must have. If a man is not disciplined and he can be controlled by his thoughts and other people's influence and the environment around him, then he is not a man that the world wants. Because if you cannot control yourself, how can you ever impact the world? And it's not easy at all. That's why it's the skill of only those top 1% men. Because the rest 99% of the men can't be disciplined. They are too driven by their emotions. They are too driven to do the things that feels good in the present. Whereas those top men do the things which are important right now and which will give them happiness and results in the future. They sacrifice their present for their future. And it's called delayed gratification. It's the skill that every successful man have. I read this line somewhere that sacrifice is inevitable. But the good part is you can choose your sacrifice. The second principle I want to talk about is be decisive. Never let indecision control what you do. You might have heard this somewhere that everything that happens in our life is based on our decision. We make that decision. But tell me honestly, do you really decide to watch reels? Do you really decide to watch Netflix? Do you really decide to hang out with your friends and waste all that time? No, it just happens, right? It just happens subconsciously. Most of the time, when you make conscious decision, it's a good decision. Okay, today I'm going to work out. Today I'm going to read a book. Today I'm going to go for a walk and network with so and so people. It's always a good decision when we decide consciously. See, most of the things that happen in our day-to-day life is based on our indecision. The things we do subconsciously. And most of the people live in that mode. I call that the sheep mode. Because you see, sheep don't think consciously. They will follow and do whatever the other sheep are doing. Even if all the sheep are jumping into the cliff, the rest of the sheep at the back won't think about it and they will simply walk off the cliff. And that's how most people live. They don't think consciously of what they are doing in their day. They just simply follow what other people are doing around them. Decision is a sharp knife that cuts clean and straight. Indecision, a dull one that hacks and tears and leaves ragged edges behind it. As a man, you cannot let someone else control your life or make decisions for you. Not your friends, not your environment, not your partner, and not even your parents. Once you are an adult, you have to make your own decision. Because then you can be accountable for everything that happens in your life. Because then you cannot blame somebody else for the stuff that happens in your life, because you know that I made that decision. And that brings me to the sub point of this point, which is be accountable. An immature man will always try to blame others for the stuff which is happening in his life. That I am not able to go to the gym because the gym is far away. I'm smoking cigarette because all my friends smoke. And all these are just bullshit lies we tell to make ourselves feel better. A true man will always take responsibility for whatever that is happening in his life, and he will take control of it. The third principle that I want to talk about is be fuckable. Now, this is a concept that I first heard from Captain Sindhuvad in one of his videos, and this concept hit me like a concrete wall, and I was like, fuck, this is so true. And so I want to share this with you. Now, the surface level understanding of this point is as simple as it sounds. Be fuckable. Be a guy that girls want to fuck. Be a guy that women are attracted to. And don't judge me there yet. Let me complete my point. Now, it's not about being fuckable to the women. It's about being fuckable to the world. So that the world receives you better. So that your efforts don't go in vain. So that people, not just women but also men, respect you and they try to talk to you and they are attracted to you as a person. And believe me, it feels damn good to be attractive, physically as well as personality wise. The world just treats you better. You get more eye contacts, and not just guys will come and talk to you. They will try to form connections and bond with you. You will see they are automatically treating you better and respecting you. There is this attractive bias theory to support this. Attractive people are generally perceived more positively than unattractive people. They receive more attention from the opposite sex, receive more affection from their mothers, receive more leniency from judges and jury. All other variables being equal, attractive people are preferred in hiring decisions and will make more money than doing the same work than unattractive people. If somebody comes to you and tells you that this is not true, they are simply attractive themselves or they are lying to you. Because this is true. And if this is true, why not be attractive? Everybody can be attractive if you improve on certain things in your life. How can you be attractive? You already know the answer. Get in shape, learn to dress better, have a good hygiene, have good communication skills, live a life that people want to be a part of, have an interesting personality. You get those things right and you will be better than 95% of the people. And always remember this point, in life, never complain about life being unfair. Because it will be unfair and you cannot do anything about it. Instead, simply benefit from the unfairness and get to the top. The fourth principle I want to talk about is fitness can change your life. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, is widely recognized for his athleticism and adventurous spirit, despite suffering from asthma for much of his life. As a child, Roosevelt had respiratory problems, and doctors simply said, you cannot take part in physical activities. You should have a sedentary lifestyle and stay at home and do stuff like writing and reading. But as Theodore got old, he decided not to listen to the doctors and do the opposite. Roosevelt adopted a regimen of exercise and outdoor activities, including horseback riding, boxing, and hiking, which helped to strengthen his body and improve his lung capacity. He also changed his diet, incorporating more protein and reducing sugar and refined carbohydrates. Over time, by the age of 28, said that Theodore basically beat asthma. Now, I don't know if it's technically correct or he simply just ignored asthma for the rest of his life. But the truth is that fitness changes life, and this is so true, and I can say this with my own personal experience. I'm going gym from the last couple of months and I can say it has changed so many aspects of my life. My routine and my diet is improved. I'm sleeping and waking up on a particular time. I'm having my breakfast. I am more conscious about the food I eat in a day. I've been so skinny for all of my life, and now I can see some little gains and little changes, and it just gives me so much confidence. Now, I know that I still have a very long way to go, but seeing those small progress can make you feel so good about yourself. And nobody's telling you to go to the gym. If you don't like gym, do some sort of physical activities. You can go for a run. You can play any sport you like. And if you do that for long enough, you will see changes in your life, mentally, physically, in your confidence, and every aspect of your life will simply change for the better. Fifth and the last principle is have the ability to get through every situation. Now this is one of the many things I learned from my father. Since childhood I have seen that he has the ability to get through everything. He just can get out of any situation. Either it's through his network, his resources, people from my family and his friends and his connection come to him when they are in trouble, when they are in a tough situation. He usually somehow get them out of that situation. It's this one quality that every man must have. It's a non-negotiable. Because you see, life is hard. If somebody comes to you and say that life is easy and the world is all flowers and colors and beautiful, they are wrong. If you don't have the ability to get through situation, people will chop you down and sell you in a market. If you don't know how to handle situations, prepare your network, prepare your resources so that when a tough situation arrives, when a hard situation arrives, you are ready for it, because it won't knock on the door. It will come right through it, and then you have to face it. Suddenly you will realize that you are in that situation. Because you see, not only you, but other people will be also dependent on you. In the future, your family, your partner, your kids, these people will come to you if they are in a hard situation, and you should be able to solve them. So become capable so that you can get out of hard situations in life. If you found some value through this video, like this video and share it with other people, because it will help me reach new people. And if you are new to this channel and if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.